and wash away what I've done. I'll face myself to cross out what I've begun. Erase myself and let go of what I've done. I've given up. I'm sick of feeling. Is there nothing you can say? Take this all away. I'm suffocating. Tell me what the f is wrong with me. I don't know what to take. Thought I was focused, but I'm scared. I'm not prepared. I hyperventilate, looking for help somehow, somewhere, and no one cares. I'm my own worst enemy. I've given up. I'm sick of feeling. Is there nothing you can say? Take this all away. I'm suffocating. Tell me what the f is wrong with me. Put me out of my misery. Put me out of my misery. Put me out of my I've given up. I'm sick of feeling. Is there nothing you can say? Take this all away. I'm suffocating. Tell me what the f is wrong with me. Memories consume like opening a wound. I'm picking me apart again. You all assume I'm safe here in my room, unless I try to start again. I don't want to be the one the battles always choose, 'cause inside I realize that I'm the one confused. I don't know what's worth fighting for, or why I have to scream. I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean. I don't know how I got this way, and no, it's not alright. So I'm breaking the habit. I'm breaking the habit. same way that I always do. This is the last smile that I'll fake for the sake of being with you. The sacrifice of hiding in a lie. The sacrifice is never knowing why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. Why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. I've tried like you to do everything you wanted to. This is the last time I'll take the blame for the sake of being with you. The sacrifice of hiding in a lie. The sacrifice is never knowing why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. Why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. Pushes me
It's stripped, it's raw, it's real. Guys from Linkin Park, how are you?
What's happening?
Doing good.
Not much. The performance was unbelievable, so congratulations on that. Let's talk about the new album, because really music-wise, we haven't heard from you guys really since 2003 in Meteora. You've sold almost 5.5 million copies of that. The new one, Minutes to Midnight, set the tone for us, the new CD.
Well, the title is actually, it's based on the Doomsday Clock, which is...
The what? I'm sorry, what?
The Doomsday Clock.
Okay.
Was, I guess the story behind the Doomsday Clock is that it counts down to World War, the apocalypse. It basically counts down to the end of the world. And it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, you know. It's very dark. It's a very dark kind of idea. But for us, you know, I think this album is a lot about. I think it's more about the album is a lot about personal struggle and a lot about death and rebirth. So imagery like that really worked for us. There is a certain there is a newness to the sound. You know, you'll recognize it. You'll hear the voices and you'll hear the song like style and personality. But a lot of the gear we used on the record was really different from anything that we had played with before. I mean, we were playing with a lot of old vintage amps and guitars and drums and keyboards. I mean, you know, we even used our producers on the record was Rick Rubin.
Who used to work with the Beastie Boys and U2.
Right, he worked with
Dixie
Beastie Boys. He worked with Beastie Boys and Run DMC, and he actually brought one of his drum machines, an 808 drum machine from back then, from those sessions, into the studio with us, and we got to play on that machine, which was the sound of like License to Ill. I mean, it's
sweet. Can we get a little Girls from you guys in Linkin Park right now? The song, Girls, come on.
Oh, I thought you were asking.
You're like waiting for the strippers to come out here, I think.
Oh, keyboard's not on.
Now, Rob, did you feel like you had to change the tone of this album from the other three? This is obviously your third studio album.
Well, we definitely wanted to do something different on this album. We're really proud of the records that we've made, and we felt like we wanted to really step outside of that box and do something completely different. And when we first sat down with Rick, we explained that to him and asked for some suggestions on doing that. And what he told us was just try and forget about what you think Linkin Park is supposed to sound like, and just write whatever type of music is inspiring you at that moment, and that's what we really did. We started off working on the album in groups. We paired up 3 groups of 2, and we just started to write in pairs and then bring those ideas into the studio.
And you had never written like that before? Totally different process for you guys?
Yeah, one of the things about that was so cool was that normally we would either write individually or in specific pairs that like felt. I think just people just gravitated towards working with each other over time. I know for myself, like I worked with Brad a lot, and on this in the past, and on this record, the first we actually set up groups intentionally that were not groups that usually worked together. So I know my first partner was Rob, and we had never really started any songs together. Usually if we were working together, it was because a song was already pretty much developed, and I wanted to sit down with him and make sure he was, worked on the drum parts and liked everything he was playing and brainstorm with him on those parts. But this was totally different. This was starting from scratch with me and Rob.
What the craziest place you guys have ever written a song? I mean, anything really wild?
I remember the song that we did. We did it for a charity CD out here called My December. Well, the song was called My December. Mm-hmm. And it was for the local radio station here in LA. And they put out a CD every winter. And I wrote that on an MPC plugged into our RV, like there's a little bunk, like a little bed above the cab.
Right. So there's a
like
Linkin Park RV.
No, this was back when we were touring on our
okay, I was going to say, you guys have come a long way since that.
Right, yeah. On our very first tour, we were touring in an RV, and I was in the RV up, like we were, at some hotel in the middle of America somewhere, and I plugged it in and kind of sat in that bed up above the driver's seat, and worked on it there. It was weird writing a song like that, but you never know. I'm sure all the guys have had that kind of experience.
Joe, approximately how many songs did you guys come up with and sift through for the new CD?
We don't know the exact number. It's somewhere between 100 and 150.
And these are all songs that you guys wrote?
Yeah, there are a lot. Some of them are just little snippets of ideas, and some of them are more developed songs. But we kind of went all over the place as far as experimenting with different types of songs and different sounds and all sorts of things. And it really helped us as far as like letting go of a previous notion that we had as far as what we expected ourselves to write. Like we kind of let everything go and just did it like that.
And how long does the process like that, I mean, putting the whole album together, are you looking at a year and a half, couple of years?
I think we were probably writing for about between 14 and 15, 16 months. I don't know. It was weird because it started so, it was a fuzzy start. We just kind of started, all of a sudden started writing things, right. And then at a certain point, like Joe said, we were trying to write things that just didn't fit in with anything that we had ever done. And I remember at a probably 2 or 3 months in, we were writing stuff that was just bizarre. Like there were songs that sounded like 80s dance songs, almost like old Madonna or old like.
I was going to ask you, Madonna, City Lauper,
Stacey Q.
Stacey Q, I Need You. Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. There was some stuff that sounded like that, some stuff that was really metal. It was all over the place. And I think that over that period of like 14 months, a lot of that time was spent redefining the sound in experiments. So it was built on small failed experiments, and then towards, as we went along, things that worked, we saw those, and we kind of tried to capture those moments.
Cool. Rob, what about the first? Go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the things that was really different about this process is that we were actually in a recording studio probably about a year before we finished. We intended to just get a space like this just to be able to play and have a couple Pro Tools rigs set up and record, but we actually ended up in a recording studio writing most of the records. So some of the early ideas that we laid down in that studio, actually we were able to keep because they were recorded in a way that could be on the album, whereas in the past we would get all the ideas down and then go into the studio for the last 2 or 3 months and get everything recorded.
Right, and you feel like this is a little bit more raw, a little bit more organic than anything you guys have ever done in the past.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, tell us about the first single.
It's musically, I'll talk about it musically. It was one of the last songs we did, and the challenge to doing a song like this is that, like I said, we spent a long time on a lot of these other songs, and we decided we needed one more to to round out the album, and to kind of sum up everything that we had put into this record musically. And that's a real challenge, you know, to try and say, okay, you know, everything you've done right in the last year, every song that's taken 3, 6, 9 months to write, do another one in like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like a little bit of a stressful pressure thing, and I feel like the guys stepped up and we really tried to do our thing, and it came together pretty fast. It actually probably came together in about a week and a half.
Very nice. Well, let's delve into the video for just a second. What can you tell us about the video?
The video is cool. It's
Where was it,
and
Jeff?
He's
rocks.
cool. Yeah?
It's like a hot basket of rocks that are sizzling, and the steam's just rising, and you're like
Inhaling.
letting it open up your pores, letting the bad drip out, and the good go in.
Nice. So what about a tour to support Minutes from Midnight? Summer, fall tour?
Minutes to Midnight? We're going to be doing a tour. We're really excited about this tour for this summer. Project Revolution is a tour we've done a number of different times, and Chester is one of the. We divide the band up to committees, and the committees decide different things. We try and bring it, you know, in small groups, decide things, and then bring it to the whole band for discussion. And when he said that he could, you know, that the touring committee was looking at getting bands like My Chemical Romance and Taking Back Sunday, Placebo, who am I forgetting? Him, a ton of bands.
Styles of Beyond.
Styles of Beyond, great bands. And this summer, just it's shaped up to be just a great tour. We're really happy to be doing it.
Looking forward to it. It's going to rock.
For sure.
Guys, thank you so much. Continued success with everything, and we'll see you soon. If you've never seen Linkin Park, go see them live. They are unbelievable. Guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, congrats.
Thanks.
That's Chicago backwards. Your big song. Saturday, what a day.
Spill the blood of the innocents.
We gotta get our sound guy real quick.
Why would we move that over here?
Cool, I'll check with Pooch. This is not working at all, so move it, lose it, come over here, lock it over here on this gentleman, and we'll be great.
I want you to love the beginning. So stop if you don't love it.
Okay. Stop me if you don't love it either.
Okay.
I will. Okay. We should do a punk version of that song.
We're ready, guys. All right. Anytime, guys.